Hello, it's me and Kamak here doing a Reddit request for a 3x3 staircase door, or in this case a pyramid door. Now they were specifically trying ideas with redstone on both sides of the door. However, I'm just going to take this challenge as just making the door work to their requirement without having anything stick outside the pyramid itself. So let me showcase what I have for a solution here. So let me just pop in the game. So right now it's closed and it's all flush. And then you just have this essentially your trigger here, but you hide this much better than what I have here. Essentially when you turn on, that's the door sequence opening, and then closing it, you just flip it again. Just like that, it closes. I'll open it again once more. And then I'll just close it again. As you can see, and that's how it works. And then as you can see, it's fully opened on the one side that you don't have your redstone, because all the other redstone is on one side and underneath. And as you can see, it's pretty well good. So now onto kind of the build tutorial of it. One thing to keep in mind is that for the activation thing of it, it has to be a on or off. Can't be a pulse, because otherwise you'll break it. And also don't try to spam it, because I haven't tested for it to be spam proof. Anyways, onto the actual build now. So it's a 6 wide by 11 long by 6 tall. And then this first layer here is actually kind of the floor layer, but these are the necessary blocks that redstone components have to be placed on. One thing to keep in mind is this particular block right here cannot be a solid block. It has to be kind of like a transparent, so like a slab, glass, that kind of stuff. And then this here is your input, which in this case I'm just using as a lever. So this here is where we get started. So place an observer on your input there into a redstone dust, into a sticky piston, which essentially controls what we're going to be doing. So in this case, we're going to be building the door here in a open position. So the next step essentially means that the closing is next, so that one's down, while on this side the opening is up. And then here what you want to do is place a repeater into a observer, into essentially a repeated here on essentially click it twice, so it's one before max, then redstone dust along there, loop it back and have 2 redstone repeaters on max delay, and then have that go into a solid block with a torch on top. And then from here you would just want to place a dropper and a hopper to put into that, and then inside the dropper hopper you just want to put a unstackable item. And then from here what you want to do is grab yourself an observer and place it on top of the first repeater, so 2 up, and then have it go like that, and then do the chain all the way to the back except for the last one, and then place them all off that. And then from here back to where this repeater goes into nowhere right now, have that go into a block with a piston on there, and then you want to have a observer facing up, because this is the one that pushes it in and out for the last one. And then on the side here you want this to go into a sticky piston going into a observer facing this way, have a repeater on the default there with a redstone dust, have that go into a block, into another sticky piston, into a cauldron. And then in this case, since we're building it open, we want the cauldron to actually be there, so spit out. And then you want to have that go into a redstone comparator, into a solid block, into the free redstone dusts, into your torches, and then have your sticky pistons on top. This here is your bottom of the door, so you can fill in those. And since you place the redstone dust here, you can place your sand or wherever you have outside there. So then from there, let's go towards essentially what happens when you want to close it. So essentially from here, the signal comes along here into this repeater, into a solid block, into the 4 redstone dust running along, into 3 observers chained line there, and have the first one go up and the next one go up, and then place 2 solid blocks, and then place a target block on the third one. And then while we're here, grab a redstone comparator to finish the opening sequence, which is having a comparator there go into 2 blocks, redstone dust connecting to the target block, And then from here, it's really important to have glazed terracotta or some unmovable block that can't be moved by slime blocks. So essentially place 3 there, grab yourself some pistons, sticky pistons to be specific, place your first 3 there, and now we'll actually make the top half of the door. So in this case, place 3 slime blocks, and then have your top is the top one, and then the one in front is the middle ones. So there's that. And then from here, what you want to do is have a repeater and click it once, and have it go leave a gap for redstone dust into another redstone repeater and click it twice. And then on this redstone dust, have an observer facing up. And then from that, I believe we have it complete, so we can go on to the test. So right now it's open. I forgot one piston, so in this case here, I forgot the one piston here, but that's minor. Well, we can just place it now, and just use a button to bud power like that, and then just like that. Now it should be fully working. So as you can see, the next thing here is to open it, which is that sequence there. As you see, it opened fine. Let's check the closing now since I completed it all. And as you can see, it is working fine. Now we can just fill in the extra blocks like your floor and that. So essentially for the floor, it's actually quite simple. Actually, let me just grab some glass here so you can see the redstone. This you can just fill out like normal. No need to worry about that. On this wall here, we do have to be a little careful. So these two here you can fill in like normal. Place a normal block there, normal block here. We have to leave a gap for that piston, so be going down around like that. And then if you don't want to see the redstone in that, like a hole through there, place a block there, there, and there. And then as you can see, it's more pleasant to look at, and it doesn't interfere with the redstone. That is all. Have a good day, like and subscribe.